Hey, how's it going, guys? I'm Johnny Shaboo, giving my picks for college basketball for the day. I'm in my lab, as you can see. I've been cooking up some good picks today. I'm really liking Kent to beat Ball State today. Kent State is favored by 4 points. They're 14-5 in the season to Ball State 7-11. In conference, they're 11-4 over 5-8 of Ball State's. And they're doing even better on the road. They're doing 5-3 on the road compared to 4-4 Ball State at home. I see Kent State dominating this game. In the series, they're 8-2 overall against each other. Ball State actually won last year by 8 against them. So I really do feel like Kent's going to slaughter these guys. They're 8-2 in their last 10 to Ball State's 2-8. I don't think it's going to be a close one at all. So I'm going to start off with Kent to start off my day. And I like Clemson to beat Wake Forest. Same scenario. Wake Forest owns the series 8-2. Wake Forest won last year by 12 points. But Clemson's 13-5 this season to Wake Forest 6-11. Yeah, they're not doing too well on the road. Clemson's only 1-4 on the road. But they're 6-4 in their last 10 to Wake Forest 3-7. And I think Wake Forest just got demolished by North Carolina State. I think they're a little shook. I think Clemson's going to come beat them today. 4 points seems reasonable. I'm going to be on that one. I like St. Bonaventure to beat Davidson. To be honest, the series is split. St. Bonaventure won by 11 points last time out. It was a tight game till the end. It was very tight. It wasn't like St. Bonaventure, had a great lead to take them out the game. It was pretty tight throughout the whole game till the last few minutes. But I still do like St. Bonaventure to win this game. They're 9-3 in conference to 6-3 Davidson. They're 8-2 in their last 10. Davidson 7-3. It should be another relatively tight game. Within 5 points for sure. But Davidson's favored by 1.5 today. And I do still feel like St. Bonaventure is the better team. Way better defensively. I like them. I'm going to take St. Bonaventure as the underdog by 1.5. Dayton is in St. Joseph's. Dayton is 12-7 in the year. St. Joseph's 2-14. These teams are becoming desperate, to be honest. So teams like St. Joseph's, minimal wins this year, 2-8 in their last 10. They're 2-3 at home. So all of their wins have come at home. I see Dayton as favored today. I'm definitely going to be on Dayton today to win. I think the spread is 8.5. I'm going to be all over Dayton. I like George Washington and George Mason. George Mason's favored by 8 points. But I do like George Washington to come within 8 points. They have a player, James Bishop. And this guy hurt me last game because he played Rhode Island and he just couldn't miss. He was making everything under the sun, I swear to you. But I do feel like they might have a game plan for him. George Mason's been doing decent this year. They're 6-6 in the conference. They're 5-3 at home. They just beat VCU in overtime, which is a great accomplishment in my eyes. I do like George Mason to win the game, absolutely win the game. But I do feel like George Washington could come within 8 points. I feel like that's just a little too much. New Mexico's in Air Force, and, I don't really like this game, but New Mexico won by 8 points last time out. I like New Mexico to win again today. Air Force is favored by a point, so I do feel like New Mexico is just going to win again, and as the underdog today, actually. North Carolina State's in Virginia, and, Virginia's 15-5. They're 9-0 at home, 11-3 in conference. 7-3 in their last 10. North Carolina State's 10-9, 3-5 on the road, and 6-8 in conference. They're 4-6 in their last 10, but they did really well against Wake Forest. But Virginia's not a Wake Forest. Virginia's gonna give them some trouble. They had a chance to win their last game against Duke. terrible shot selection. I thought the point guard should have gave it to the big man. He had a disadvantage the whole game. He should have just gave it to the big man to complete the game. He had inside position, and he ended up getting the rebound to score at the end when the time expired. So I feel like they're gonna clean themselves up today. I like them to win by 12 at home. Chattanooga's in Mercer, and last time they faced each other, I think Chattanooga won by 3-4 points. I think they won by 3 points. Now Mercer's favored by 4. Chattanooga's is a tough team. 18-6 in the season, 9-3 on the road, 9-6 on the conference. I do like Chattanooga to either win the game or come within 4 points of Mercer. Mercer's playing decent, but they're 5-5 in their last 10. I do like Chattanooga in this game. Temple's in South Florida, and South Florida is favored by 5.5 points. They're 8-8 in their season, 4-6 in conference, to Temple's 3-10 in conference. Temple's really bad on the road, 1-5 on the road. And South Florida's 50-50. They're 4-4 at home. They won by 7 points last time they faced each other. And I do like South Florida to win by 6 points today at home. I think that's reasonable. Not a game I'm jumping all over, to be honest, but I would like South Florida to win the game. South Carolina's in Mississippi State. And, Mississippi State just won this year by 16 points. They're favored by 5.5 points today. They're 12-11 in the season, 6-8 in the conference, 8-5 at home. South Carolina is 5-11 overall, 3-9 in conference, but only 1-5 on the road. They're also 2-8 in their last 10. I like Mississippi State to come out and win this game. They played really well last time I seen them against Ole Miss. I think it's a mismatch today. I do like Mississippi State to win. I see Duquesne is in LaSalle, and LaSalle is horrible. I'm taking Duquesne by 4.5 points. LaSalle had a very bad game last. I forget who they played. But I'm taking Duquesne. Even though they're 2-4 on the road, I feel like they're a little bit more balanced. They're 5-5 in their last 10. To LaSalle's 3-7. I'm taking Duquesne by 4.5 points. Marquette's in North Carolina. You know what? North Carolina just beat Louisville badly. North Carolina's going to win this game as well. They're 7-3 in their last 10. 8-5 in conference. Marquette is not the same. Like, I thought they were going to be really good this year, and it just didn't turn out that way. They're 10-12 overall, 6-10 in conference. I like North Carolina to win this game by 9 points today. I really like that pick. Indiana's in Rutgers. Indiana is underdog by 3.5 points. And you know what? I do like Indiana to come within 4 points. Rutgers beat them this year by 4 points already. I see that... Honestly, I do like this game to be so tight. I like it to be to the wire. But I do like Indiana to win the game. Even though Rutgers is 9-4 at home, it's just that they're not the greatest free throw shooting team. I think Indiana might get to them late in the game. Tulane's in Memphis. Now, this game's a little tricky for me because my number's saying Tulane to come within 12.5 points of Memphis. But I do prefer Memphis to win this game. They're 7-3 in their last 10 to Tulane's 3-7. But earlier this year, they lost by 3 points. If I read this correctly. I do like... Tulane's last 3 games combined lost by 10 points. And that's the reason I'm taking Tulane. It's because they're very competitive. Yeah, they've played, I think, Central Florida and South Florida, but one of those teams. But I do like Tulane to come within 12.5 points today. I feel like that's just a little too much. That's right. Memphis won by 6 earlier in the year. Florida State's in Miami, Florida, and I think this is going to be a blowout. Florida State by 12 points. No problem. Miami, Florida has a few injuries. They won earlier this year by 22 points already. They're 8-2 in the season to Miami, Florida's 2-8. 9-2 in conference to 3-12. It's not gonna be a close one. I like Florida State to demolish them today. DePaul's and Creighton. DePaul had a good last game. They beat St. John's. But Creighton just beat Villanova by 16, right? I like Creighton by 15 today. It's near the end of the season. They're gonna demolish teams like this. They're 12-4 in conference to DePaul's 2-10. 7-3 in their last 10 to 3-7. All signs point to Creighton. I like Xavier and Providence to go straight to the wire. My opinion, I do like Providence to come out with this win. Xavier is a 1-point favorite. Providence at home as an underdog. I do like them. They're 6-3 at home to Xavier's 2-2. I like Providence. They're very tough defensively. I'll take them on. Cincinnati and Tulsa. Now, Cincinnati just got beat by Houston by 40 points. It was embarrassing, really. But what happens when you get embarrassed like that? They're going to come back with a bounce-back win. Tulsa's a 1.5-point favorite. At home, I think they're 6-4 at home. But I do feel like Cincinnati should beat Tulsa today. Just because, like, when you get embarrassed like that, you have to prove yourself the next game. Otherwise, your reputation's on the line, basically. I like Cincinnati. It's not a game I'm jumping all over, to be honest. But I would take Cincinnati in this one. Alabama is in Arkansas. Now, this game's very interesting. It's going to be so good to watch. The only problem is Alabama beat Arkansas by 20 points this year. Alabama's ranked 7th. Arkansas is ranked 20th. They have similar records, though. 18-5, 17-5. In conference, Alabama's 13-1, though, to Arkansas's 9-4. A lot of people might think, okay, revenge game. But to be honest, Alabama's a different animal this year. They're 5-2 on the road. Arkansas's 13-1 at home. This game's going to go straight to the wire. I do like Alabama to win, but Arkansas is on fire, man. So, it's a toss-up. It can go either way. Tennessee's and Vanderbilt. Now, I like Vanderbilt to win, not to win, but to come within 6.5 points today. I feel like Tennessee just lost to Kentucky by 15, and Vanderbilt put up an amazing effort against Alabama, only lost by 4. Numbers-wise, when you look at this sheet, basically I see Tennessee's overpowering them in the conference play, overall play. Even on the road, they're even. But Vanderbilt just have that Scottie Pippen Jr., and I'm telling you, this guy's no joke. He's going to keep this game close. And they're at home. I do like Vanderbilt to come within 6.5 points. And the very last game of the day is Fresno State's and UNLV. To be honest, it's a very horrible game. Fresno State's 9-9. UNLV's 10-11. You know what? I don't like the fact UNLV is favored by 7. I really like Fresno State to come within 7 points today. It's not a game I'm going to be betting. They're only 2-5 on the road to UNLV's 7-2. But last 2 games they won, they're playing weak competition. I think they played San Jose State. I like Fresno State to come within 7 points of this game. My best bets today, though, is going to have to be Florida State over Miami, Florida. I do like North Carolina to beat Marquette by 9. I like Duquesne to beat LaSalle by 4.5 points. And I'm all over Kent over Ball State, Clemson over Wake Forest, and Mississippi State over South Carolina. My very last game I'm going to throw in there is Chattanooga over Mercer to come within 4 points. Those are my games of the day. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Come back tomorrow for more picks. Thank you, guys.